What's up, guys? It's 420 Trader here. We don't blaze it, we just trade it. Now, before we start this video, I'd like to have a quick disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor, and you have to do your own due diligence about these companies that I talk about in my video. Just because I speak about it in my video does not mean you have to buy or sell these stocks or securities. So now that this is out of the way, let me get to my top three picks. Now, my first pick is Ianthus Capital, and I think they have a good management, like a good team. Like for example, let's get to their team actually. And yeah, Hadley Ford, everyone loves this guy. Like he just brings so much to the table. Let's just read his bio real quick. Hadley Ford is a healthcare and technology industry veteran with more than 30 years of experience as both an operating executive, investor, and investment banker. Mr. Ford has extensive experience in all operational facets of managing a large, world-class, patient-centric healthcare operation. Prior to Ianthus, Mr. Ford was the co-founder and CEO of ProCure Treatment Centers, Inc. in the world, leading developer and operator of full-service proton therapy centers for the treatment of cancer. Prior to ProCure, Mr. Ford spent 16 years on Wall Street and Fidelity, First Boston, Bank of America, and Goldman Sachs, where he completed over 150 transactions worth over $50 billion for all sized clients in multiple industries. So yeah, he has a record to himself. He has good history and so on. So that's what you want in a CEO. Good background, have some general knowledge about the industry. He did work in the healthcare sector, and since medical cannabis is in the healthcare industry, that's a plus. You actually want to have someone who knows what they're doing in the industry, who has general knowledge in the industry. Now, recently, they did an acquisition with MPX Bioceuticals, which was a merger. Now, if you don't know what MPX Bioceuticals is, they are a medical marijuana producer in North America. They're also an extraction company, which is really cool. They extract oil so they can create THC oil, CBD oils, use that oil for edibles, beverages, and so on. And the MPX had a footprint in, I believe, Arizona, Nevada, and I believe in other states as well. Let's see on their website what they have. So yeah, they have profitable operations in Arizona, three fully operational health for life dispensaries and holistic center, and they have in Nevada they are operating Green Mart, which is a fully licensed cultivation, production, and wholesale cannabis business. In Massachusetts, the construction of the first of three dispensaries is underway, as is construction of a cultivation and processing facilities in Fall Rivers. So yeah, they do have a footprint to themselves, and now that Ianthus has acquired them, which means that Ianthus has established a bigger and well like position um position in the multi-state operational industry for marijuana. Now, they also have their earnings, I believe, March 27th, which is 2 weeks, a week and a half, and most likely we're going to see a run up towards earnings. So if you buy in now or you already have a position, that could be a huge like catalyst or upside to investors because people want to get in before earnings because some people like to bet that they're going to have good financial results, and since they are getting more like exposure towards like the media because they are heading towards earnings, then people are more likely gonna like invest like small amounts, and there is a term called FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So once there's a lot of like hype around a certain company and they feel like they're missing out on it because they're not in the stock, then they will just simply FOMO into the stock, just buy shares of the stock, which obviously will boost the share price. That's basic psychology of what's happening with a lot of new retail investors. So yeah, you can take advantage of that. And let's take a look at their stock data. So last time, which was on Friday, the closing price was $7.25, which is a 23-cent change, which is 3.28%. Volume 1.3 million, market cap 992 million, and I believe their all-time high. What is their all-time high? Their all-time high must be, let's check. IANS is $9.49 is their all-time high. We're not too far from it, but we're also $2 away, and that's pretty far considering that that's like how much percent is that? 949 minus 725 divided by 725. That's a 31% increase, so we do have some room to like move up, and with earnings on the way, we might be even closer to the all-time high and possibly in a blue sky breakout mode. Now, let's take a look at their share structure. They have 136 million shares outstanding and a market cap of 992 million, which isn't bad at all. Honestly, it's not diluted as hell like Aurora Cannabis. Not throwing shade at Aurora, but if you want a stock to move like easier, then a low float and a low share structure is ideal for a lot of investors. Like they don't want to be sitting at a stock that's like bloated as hell and they don't see it moving compared to its peers. And yeah, nobody wants to like be that laggard. They want to be in that stock that actually gives them that income. You see an increase and appreciation of the value. So that's why I like low flow stocks. They move easier. They tend to swing harder. Like, for example, Green Thumb Industries, GTII, they went from like $10 to all the way to like $18 in like a matter of 2 months just because of that low flow stock. And for example, Tilray went from like what, 20 something dollars to 300. Yeah, that's what the power of low flow stocks can do. Now, my second pick is Aquarius Harvest Health and Recreation. They recently acquired Verano Holdings, which was one of the largest like US MSO operators that was privately owned. So they bought them out. Now, Harvest is now considered like the biggest MSO because of that acquisition, and that acquisition alone put them ahead of other MSOs. So that's what I like. They are profitable. They have like 100 dispensaries. Well, they will have 100 dispensaries in 14 states by 2020, and they also have the leading margins by producing less than $1 a gram. Insider holdings, 80% of their shares are held by insiders, which is really good. Shows huge signs of confidence of the company. And yeah, this company was like under the radar for most people because um it wasn't really spoken about except when they got that news about Verano Holdings. And yeah, I'm long on the stock. I think this is a huge winner. And if you want to do your own due diligence, I suggest going onto their website over here, harvestinc.com. Click on investor, download the investor deck, and so on. And Yeah, last price $10.88, increase of $4, no, 4%, $4, 4.11%. Steve White is their CEO, which I did have a video about them early on where he had an interview with CNBC and Midas Letter speaking about their acquisition. And last but not least is TRUL Cannabis. TRUL Cannabis has a huge footprint in um, Florida, which is their medical side. They made a lot of money from it because they acquire new patients every month, increase amount. They have the highest number of dispensaries there. I believe it's 25 in Florida. And yeah, I believe that they're ready to dominate the Florida market. They already announced that they got licenses in California and Massachusetts, so they're finally expanding outside of Florida. And I think that this will be pretty good because their earnings are around April, I believe. And last earnings, they showed that they had the most revenue. They were also profitable out of all of the MSOs. And yeah, this is why I like TRUL, low float. Their CEO, Kim, I really like her. And you gotta like the CEO to actually believe in the company as well. And recently, um, no, let's check on their CDR. Okay, so it's just a change of um the boards, the management boards, and open 24th location. They did a shelf prospective form like what CanTrust did, but I'm assuming they're gonna use that money towards expanding to other like states such as like they said before, California, Massachusetts, and honestly, it's good for them because they already established that monopoly in Florida, so it's good to expand in other areas in the U.S. Which yeah, that's why I like TruLoop, highest revenue, and also the Florida bill. I believe it already passed, so now they can actually sell recreational marijuana and have like smokable like marijuana like it's legal now in that state, which is really it's a plus side for TruLoop. And that is it for my video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the post notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.